My Black Western film script, Family Warriors. You see, I first wrote it in 2000 when I was an editor at WB. I was a pretty good editor as well. Spent 16 years there at Warner. I turned Family Warriors in to Bel Air Entertainment in 2000, and they wrote back quickly saying this story has a lot of heart. That meant everything to me because at the time, I didn't think I was a writer. I just knew how to write from the heart, which I did. One day, Clint Eastwood walked in my office and said, "What are you doing?" I told him I was an editor, cutting a reel. I'm also writing your best and your biggest film. He looked at me and said, "Really?" I said, "Absolutely. I teamed up you and Harriet Tubman during the Underground Railroad. You guys are partners. You're a metalsmith, and you live in a village of Indian and Negroes in the early 1800s. He says, "Okay, sounds interesting." I said, "Yeah, it's my family heritage. My mother was born Maureen Tepashaw, Native American Indian, and the story was told to me by my Aunt Daisy, who said she lived in a village. All of them did. And there was one white man in that village amongst all these Negroes and Indians, and he was family, real family. He was included in everything and felt included and loved. And one day, the Confederate Army came through looking for Harriet Tubman and ended up messing with this village. This character at that time, John Cody, didn't like it. Didn't like it one bit. And by the end of the story, we find out he's more than just a metalsmith. He's an ex-gunfighter. And don't fuck with his family. I lost contact with Clint over the years. Never got an opportunity to present the story, at least so I think, because there were people at Warner trying to help me get it to him. You know how Hollywood is. Some say they did, some say they didn't. Or some might try to block you. We never know. Before there was Harriet, before there were Black Westerns, my story was already floating around Hollywood and was one of the top read stories. I'm talking table reads, narrators, characters in front of an audience, and received several standing ovations after it was done. I knew I had a niche, but not every great story makes it to the big screen. But this is one that I hope does. I just want my fair shake of the deal. Someone always said, be truthful. And I think my shit is just as good as the rest of the shit that's out there. Except I was doing it first. And my story is real. It's my family.